Okay, I'm posting this video because I know I'm not the first one to have a stinky washer. If you're like me, you look online on how to fix it. You can buy expensive tablets and solutions that are made for, preventative care as far as doing it once a month to keep soap scum and things like mold and mildew from building up. But more likely, you've just gone years and years without, and even when you do preventative care like that, you still can't really clean the inside of this washer as well as you need to get rid of all the lint, dirt, grease, grime, mold, mildew, and bacteria that ends up building up in that grime that the solution just can't get to. So, I'm posting this because I cleaned it. Smell came back after months. I used the baking soda, white vinegar. I actually went a little further and got some lime away, rust lime, calcium. This stuff was $1 at the Dollar Tree rather than buying the $7 CLR brand from like Home Depot or something. All this stuff works really well for the solution to kind of help clean the tub routinely, maybe once a month, or even adding a cup of white vinegar to each of your laundry loads is a good idea to help kill bacteria and things like that might build up in your washer. But bottom line is what this does is it only cleans the inside of the tub or the basket and in between the tub. Well, water only maybe comes up to about here, and what happens is sloshing around you get lint and dirt and grime that builds up about a 3 to 4 inch layer all the way around this outer tub, and water agitation with your cleaning solution just won't get that clean. And this is about an 8 to 12-year-old washer, something like that. Whirlpool Imperial series, it says. I didn't check to see how old it is, but it's old, and it had a bunch of thick, dirty, nasty stuff here that no matter how good I cleaned it, no matter how often I cleaned it, this didn't come clean. And with enough washes, all that stuff gets back in the water, and your clothes stink, the washer stinks, it's no fun. So, I went online, saw how to open this up. 2 screws, one on the back here, on each side. You pull this forward, and it lifts back. Real easy, straightforward. Then the outer body at that point just tilts out and lifts off. This literally took 2 minutes to get it to where you see right here. My suggestion, the reason for making this video, is that you're going to want to soak this in your own concoction. Whatever it tells you online is fine. I'm sure it's going to break down soap scum really well. But once you're done soaking it, you're going to want to open it up, and this top layer needs to be scrubbed clean. What I did, because you can get in between the 2 layers of the inner basket and the outer tub, is I just took a dish brush, worked my way around it, scrubbed it really nice and clean. The solution that I soaked it in for a few hours helped to break down all that stuff, so it was real easy to brush out. It took me about 15 minutes to get it to where you see here. This is the second fill. I had solution, scrubbed it, drained it, filled it halfway up, drained it. You can advance the cycles so you don't have to wait for it to go through the whole cycle. You just fill it, switch it to the end or somewhere in between where it gets to a drain point. It'll drain everything out. Hopefully you get a lot of that sludge and grime out of there. Fill it back up, drain it, fill it, drain it. You're getting all that sludge out. I took this bucket, which has got my baking soda and nasty towels, and I filled it with clean water, so as it was draining, I would pour it along that outside edge to try and get some of the grime to go to the bottom and drain. I'm going to do that again, maybe 2 or 3 more times until I stop seeing things floating in the wash. I'm making this video again because my washer wouldn't get clean, and from $300 to $1,000, I don't really like what's out there right now. I used to sell appliances at one of the big department stores, and I heard too many people coming back after a month, 2 months, 2 days, a year, saying their washer just doesn't clean well, it stinks, it broke, Those kind of stories just really didn't get me excited to go get a new washer. Anybody who's been alive long enough knows these washers from the 70s, 80s, 90s, even early 2000s were just built like tanks. I mean, they washed and washed and washed, and they never broke. This is one of them. This thing's a tank. It washes excellent. It just is funky. So I open it up, clean this top edge. I'm convinced there's no other part of this washer that's left to be cleaned. The soaking will clean the rest of the inner basket and areas that you can't really scrub. So that'll soak, get all that loose and rinse out. But the part that you really need to open this up and clean is this top edge. I couldn't see any videos online talking about this or addressing this point, but I did see a lot of videos of guys talking about clean my washer but nothing worked, clean my washer but nothing worked. The best I saw was a video where a guy popped this top ring off, which this is just another piece you had to pop off. Again, 2 minutes to get it to this point. These edges clipped on to parts of this outer tub. You just unclip each one, it pulls right off. You know, I'm going to have to clean this one. It's still looking pretty funky. But that's the best I saw. But he didn't address getting inside of here. And I believe that unless you do get inside and clean out that ring, that you're really not doing yourself justice. And after 6 months, you know, at the most, you're going to start smelling this thing again. I'm convinced that this is the best approach to clean a washer like this without tearing this thing apart past a 2-minute teardown. I'd imagine if I hit this thing hard from start to finish, this would be an hour job, and this washer is going to continue to work well for a long time. I hope this video helps other people. That's why I'm posting it, because I didn't see anything like it, and when I opened this thing up, wow, did I see some major grime in there. The other guy's washer that he posted a video, his top lifted out, but the body didn't come off. So I don't think he had a chance to see what was hiding underneath that frame, which was that extra 3 inches of grime. And I would bet that 6 months after he posted that video, his washer started to stink again. It's just something that if you can get there, if you can get a brush inside that part, pop this little ring off the top. All these top-load washers are built very similar. Scrub it as best you can, fill it, drain it, and I hope you get lucky like I did. This was really easy. It's going to save me a lot of money. And I love the washer, so I'm glad I don't have to part with it. Another couple fills and rinses. I'm going to soak it again one last final time for a total of 3 soaks and probably 6 or 10 fill and drains. So all you tree huggers, I apologize for wasting all this water. Most of it was water in this bucket rinsing around it, so I didn't actually fill up the tub all the way and drain and fill, but you know, in a comparison of throwing a big piece of machinery like this in a junkyard, I don't know what's more eco-friendly, using a little bit of the water or throwing this heap of metal and trash in a junkyard to just pile up somewhere for the next 50 years. So, on that note, hope this video helps.